that time ngisasenghouse I think bengisase ku group legend ona.
Yeah.
Then kukhula kahle ngikho kusihlukanisele not ukuthi asavani namajip and like so besinajo this guy bathi Joe Symphonic like the guy longifundisa everything so kwaba khona chance ukuthi this other year bengicetha matric I think majita bengasa like had ukuthi baye esikolweni lomunye attend like life you know cool so I had ukuthi ngende isolo album.
And you a shining star. And you a shining star. And you a shining star. No matter who you are.
So sathola nacho like ngiliphi igama lesingasebenzisa lento kwenda ukuthi ube unique. So kunale track and actually track ngathi sayenda now. The track sayenda now Rock the Show. The Rock the Show. Track besidlala le track behind then ngamenishina a 3 to 5 what because I spin like a 3 to 5 let's show why man. Why not 3 to 5? Bengil doubt. Kahle ngisho. Joe Symphonic ngelo introduce that gama Mr 3 to 5 again. Then first album bengikhiphile. Le na 40 tracks. Ngiyo like like presented the whole brand. S3 to 5.
All right. So who inspires you?
Mina umuntu inspire go like labantu ngihlala nabo. These guys bang inspire a lot kakhulu. Ngihlala ngibona ingoma ngizongisingawo ngiyakho like babhebeza ukubona ngasi ngiyakho sometimes because nokubona ingoma ku something lengana you know so cala nje ngihambe around ngihambe endleleni so ngiyathi kusi like ngilakazelele kusi ngifike la yatho so ku like sound yami kulelela bo try like hip hop album ngelalela yonke yazi chronic so since from there ngaba interested ku producer until ngamitha Jojo ngifundisa some of the things.
I think one of the reasons why I could actually identify with your music as well was probably the fact that you subscribe to the teachings of the golden era in the 90s. Because that's where I also started listening to, like most of the music I listened to, or the artists that were there are actually from that time. Dre is one of the pioneers. There's no ignoring him.
I really like feel what's in the SWAT is now break.
It's very marginalized. So the onus is up to us as artists to see fire on the map.
Big one of a bed. And the ladies in the heart.
Take us back to the moment when you decided, like, I want the defining moment now, when you decided you want to do music.
Actually, I'm decide music. I think music was chosen because ngihlangne ama melody lento bengimlona amashonga kakhulu like ngisakhula bengingatiboni lo khulawa and stuff because benimashonga kakhulu
join the club.
You know so akusiyo kade like ukuthi ngayifisa music lakuyenza yangichuza yabo but at the early stage because bengisafunza ku standard 5 I think but kuba interested ku music before standard 5 because music vele radio is one thing that ngithanda radio hlalela into radio so even nanyalo I mean radio BZFM doing slots so push like local artists some slots just strictly when it's 90% local music like Mpumalanga ukuthi kuvele kwatendakale into lengayisho ukuthi kutendakalele like realize sengimdzala ukuthi lento vele kahle ilayikini understand and bese kubuthe emva laphambili so the only way manje ukuthi siyaphambili so angizange ngawuchoose ukuthi I-choose ami straight.
Just to rewind lapho kulona yakho inspiration when uthi kufikela le nto uthambele endleleni futhi ugijima ufuna
yes you know it's more like i-calling and ukuthi umuntu like anginawo ama-relative ekhaya ukuthi bebacula and what not ukuthi umuntu wabelieve even nanyalo nangithi ngiyacula badali bami abasekho truly speaking bangasafuna ukusingela you know because of that accident leyendeka sabahlekela ngomkhosi so so every time ngikhuluma music ngicabanga ukuthi will go back maybe bathola i-accident so vele bekuyinto leyo bese bayikhiphile like bengafisa ukuthi ngene even lekhathi ngiye esikoleni after matric ngabe tshele ukuthi sina kwanda imile anything lehlangana nomuzi so sister wami ukummedia naye une experience like ukuthi kuyahustlisha lapha kudlala imali awuyendi fast uyenda in time so bengadvise ukuthi hayi man ngicamela lokunye manje lokunye ene ngabona ukuthi ngenda lokunye into waste imali into hamba ngela phansi ufika waste imali nje
This my pen, itono bensaka bet keep on my pen. Ngikhohlwa ukubona skat, ngishona phansi, ngithaba kakhulu ngekat, ngishiyene tat, ngiphelele mabheki semnyango.
So I choose kwenda i-multimedia mara because of imali and stuff kukhona lokho afika khona ngatshela abatali bami ukuthi hayi no sengizamisa kwanele ngoba bastrategy you understand ukuthi ngikhona ukufunda ngase hayi no sengikhulile njengoba ngifundisa ngibeka la maybe ngathi zamela ngithole ama-pitch job then khona ukuqhubeka kunema challenges lapha isikhathi bengizama lokhu lahlala ingqondo ukuthi sempumalanga isikhathi bathi charity lele ngicale ekhaya kuze maybe baku respect ukujoze ngicale wakhe that thing la uhlala khona
so I feel simajita or sibantu benzawo yinye we look down on each other so much we even fail to recognize the great things but ngoba sifocus kulobubi bayonke into yomuntu asibone lokuhla kwena so if there's one thing that with this project that I want to do, it is to address that issue. You know, I'm just here to ensure with song siyakhona ngalethi ngayedlini ngito I want that same light to shine on other people so maybe they can get the same inspiration I got from just watching you guys even from the sidelines like that kind of brotherhood akufanele ife ngoba yeah somewhere somehow we are going to our paths are going to cross again if ngabe bekunekwali nyalo if mina nje nangihlukana nale Brian yabo salwa ngabe nyalo ngabe ngidlela njani one bet so
into le amazing le ibona ngole ndaba le into le like legacy very clear ndakala when you were the one was shooter album it when I cover it cala like lengaba ECD the first album True Story Legend and manje the first guy who shooter first manje especially prep and company and music so ngiyabonga kakhulu like ukuthi kubo bonke yathi sibaningi njengoba usho like choose nje ukuthi ngathi check amachita yabo so big up kakhulu awuthanda big up
no ngiyabonga mfana so what are some of the biggest difficulties that you had to overcome to get to where you are now and how have those difficulties shaped the man and the artist that you are today
kukhona ngasho njalo kukhona kuba i-artist laseMpumalanga angathi performing kuma shows like for free and manje ngathi sekudala kakhulu you know
so my areas
and this is because you feel ngathi uthi udraza you know draza the kunale isikhathi besaxoxa namajita ngaze ngatshela ngathi mina le Barberton kaslami ngithanda kakhulu respect kakhulu nebantu laba supportayo kakhulu iBarberton but when it comes to like events and stuff some of them promoters abacabanga ukuthi worth kusibhadala you know njengana nya recent already like qale national time at the next year national already you know like namanje ngihlala nebrigade lami sithu sister lihlala elini so ukubelieve nokuthandaza overcome so
no it's bengisakutshela khumbula ngithi why I changed my name and one of the reasons yeah
ngikhuluma let me tell you
and bengageni time bengageni
I wouldn't say overcoming the thing
no I'll pay like ngiyabeva abantu bathi uTopola ayiphile mina already lami 2012 the time alihamba na 80 so nami lesimo lokuso nawo ngihlela ukuso nami idlaleni yabo I know
but it's okay
again Yeah, again.
Okay.
Because it's like already balanza Hrotman Lamb the following year. And ubuye ekhaya le ndlu yonke yakukhulela nawuhleli lapha uyi-1.
Inongikhulela every day after
because unelikhona nomakhona lowatiko labona kubona already khona uthi uyalenye ilanga uve ngathi ungambona. I know. And give me
balale kahle lapho khona.
Yeah, give me, I guess, ngoba sekusikhashanyana yendekile then I think I'm coping with it better now.
Yeah, I mean like
yakhe sense kakhulu. Sense of mina already lihambe itrans yami yokucala lengayigibeli. Kulento leyo bengikhalisa blind.
Yeah, and then some of the things they be think about, bahambe ngisazama,
We plan for labantu laba. Nithi nithi baya bese ukubendela tona.
Kakhulu.
Tibhaya and cabanga nje ngalo if ngiyoba nengozi olida ngeke libambe. Kahle ngoba uyathandaza.
Yeah,
so whatever you do, you have to dedicate it to them. That's the one way to honor them. And washo sengiyashumayela. Washo
shumayela uthamba kuna stress.
Washo
uphila ngawo vele ishumayela ngiphila ngayo thangiyelele ke la. So the more shumayela the more ngiba kahle.
This shows that God is laughing at your plans. Because whatever we plan, as long as it's not in line with His plan, it will not come into fruition. And because we are people, and as human nature, we like controlling things, we lose sight sometimes. We say, it's His plan over ours. It's not the other way around. We can plan whatever. I mean, the one thing that gave me peace was, she has taught me all she could.
Yeah. Nambonga ukuthi labanga kwenda uthanda that mama been everything. And I'm close to 30.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Bankulisile when everything.
From here, it's like getting late, but we get better on. No kitchen.
Kahle. Yeah, but great.
Smash and crash. Different days, same shit.
Let's talk about Itasha and how the whole collaboration for the series came about.
Thank God for the our team, this Lizo. Kahle nguye kahle introduced to the production team, Itasha and series and whatnot. So Lizo was the guy behind the scene, mapping our camera and my lighting and stuff. So why usually end Usman? Series lesson now, so I'm a soundtrack. So you should give me a track. Maybe by time. Kulethi ngoma lethi Lizo la kumnika tona lo hamba nathi kokucala ne. Bekune track lengayendi Itasha. Bathole ukuthi the series welcome la besebenza there's another cream so they had to change. So angathi kusibonakalani ba pick up the track leya then ngeva sebathi seyitasha nale. Then ngabona lenye i-platform la. It's okay. Nimsebenzi nakulento le like sound effects and what more now.
Design, And then let's dive into your 40-track long album.
Khala ke batata abantu. Kube into nje le like a sacrifice ngoma tami dani ukuthi nitlalelele ngodwa ngoba usually netingoma esathenda kudzala nemajita sadayela thinking ukuthi maybe tophuma tophuma khona gcina ngaphuma ngawe gcina thambela isikhathi
support the men.
Confirm.
Those for the tracks ngokube 16 February ngo 5 o'clock. 16 February ngalahlekela le ndaba. Langa lele bakahlunga kakhulu like nyam so bengifuna like ukuthi kube into le like lelo langa lele ngeba ngahlunga kakhulu ngijabule so
it makes sense.
I keep ngalesikhathi ngashona ngo 5 o'clock like 16 February 5 o'clock I keep exact 16 February 5 o'clock. ngigcine ngayo isekucaleni number 1 mara ngabe ngifuna ukuthi wonke umuntu evela ama track ami lamaye ngigcina ngayo because ngacala ngayo bese bayi repeat you know sikudlala yona wedwa so ngibonga ukuthi like ngabe se BCR ngiyabonga naloko because I met Zama BCR ngikete ku interview ngeva something ngevoice yakhe nevoice man ingalinye indlela nje kulandele lokuthi macula ungathi ngamlalela you know so ngathanza lento le kuye and nale part le message le ayikhuluma lapha kule track seluye Thando lwakho sizishone deep you know nambe same situation ngaleso sikhathi yabo ngipute kusilomlelo ngithi ngizanzana naye setiye pretty ngithembisa tona you know okwade not exactly lekaqataka but nje into le yakinspire ukuthi ngibhale track because bengikunami ngiyayathi lento le yakhuluma ngayo lapha le ngoma bese ngathi la ngibhala lula because ngiyakhona ukurelate kulento so ngayenda ngamsendela back I sent back to the manager yakhe yaba like wow my brother lo kwende nyala ngikwadi but everything le ngiyakusupport I'm 100% behind you if you want to use that track in any way it's yours my brother you can use any meaning you support you know because FM
if we had like young people if we had an audience of young people right now like sitting with us right here what words of encouragement would you impart on them?
Uqala nje ngibanguwe ukuthi into le ukuthi umuntu okwenza mawunguwe you know mawenda into lo le nguwe ukuthi umuntu ofika athi angikwengcile ngento yakho angeke kuze kwendeke lento so kwathi kahle ukuthi ufunane life yakho nokuchuza nje kahle nokuchuza abantu ohlala nabo enhle because babaleka kakhulu this guys bazamisa nje abantu ohlala nabo mina ngichuze this guys kuhlala nabo because bang inspire kakhulu you know balisipho futhi kimi like life yami
so nginganyetako
letinganyetami
qhakaza nje uqhakatiswa ngilabani la
ngithakaza nje ngemajita you know so angisidi ukuthi ngaphandle kwala majita enhle angisini next alright big up to you out big up to you
and you guys are
nemajita behind the scene ngale much respect ngade wayini ngakhona futhi like attitude ngale ngakhona so ngosini besisa ngeke
no siyabonga
smash and grab.
Don't forget to subscribe, like, and follow. For those of you connecting with us on YouTube, please click that notification bell to be the first one to be notified every time a new post or a new episode is up. Next time on Uyinkanyezi.
Makwabo, hello, ma, we are well. Yawelani bafo sabo straight.
Ngibingu sabakhona lona lokubekethelela. Lokho anginike interest kakhulu. Ngilapha shesa khona umntwana esikolo lapha across I1. Yabona. Se waba nalendo lokuthi okay angicale lona lenza ukuthi ungwelisa abantwana.
Catch the next episode on Wednesday at 2:00 sharp. For podcasts, check the link in our description. In case you missed last week's episode, feel free to click one of the preview screens. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
No mountain is too hard to climb. No hurdle is too hard to climb.